If I had to start my garden completely over tomorrow, then these are the 5 plants that I would grow no matter what. Not because they're trendy, not because they look good on Instagram, but because they actually feed you. So I probably officially started this homesteading journey probably about 2 years ago now. And at first I started out very, very small, just a couple of plants in containers. I didn't have a garden bed, I didn't have any of that. And we learned a lot along the way. We had a lot of fails, but you know, that's gonna happen, especially when you're first learning something new, and especially when you're trying to keep something alive that is a living thing, essentially. And obviously, as you know, if you've been following along on the channel, the chickens, that was our next step in this homesteading journey. And we'll keep going, we'll get more animals as the time goes. The main point is that we were able to start our journey. And anybody can start this journey no matter where you're living. And I hope, they are loud, aren't they? And I hope that I can help inspire somebody out there that maybe in the similar situation, renting an apartment, you don't have a lot of space. It's still possible to start this journey into homesteading. And I say all that to say, within that time, it really became apparent to me which kind of crops and plants I need to grow no matter what. Let me show you what I'm talking about. First up on our list today, onions. See, onions, they're a foundational food used in almost every single meal that we eat. They're also really cheap to grow, but sure as heck expensive to keep buying. Plus, they're beginner proof. It's one of the first crops I started with and had the most success with. If you cook at all, then onions, they definitely earn their place immediately. What's really cool is you can grow them in simple little garden beds like this. I can fit almost 10 onions in this 1 square foot. I could definitely grow more, but I utilize the other square feet for different crops, which gets me 3 different crops in this 1 garden bed. And this is a small bed, 3 foot by 1 foot. Nothing fancy. You can also grow onions in containers, and you can fit quite a bunch in a little container even. They don't need a whole lot of special treatment either. They just need some space and a little time. Let me tell you, onions have paid me back tremendously. I mean, number 1, it's fresh eating right out of the garden bed in my backyard. I mean, onions, they're constantly used in the kitchen around my house, that's for sure. Definitely one plant I would always grow no matter what. Now our next plant is one plant that everybody notices. Tomatoes. Tomatoes give you a massive yield per plant. I'm talking you could get pounds of tomatoes just from 1 single plant. It's fresh food right out the backyard, and it's preservation. 1 good tomato plant can outperform any tomato bought at the store. Again, garden beds are a perfect place to grow tomatoes. If you've seen some of our older videos, you know we've already gone through tomatoes. We grew a nice big plant. We got a couple pounds off that bad boy. My wife made salsas with a couple of them. You can even can the tomatoes to store them even longer. You can also grow these in garden pots. Again, a 5-gallon bucket, 1 plant, you get a big old tomato plant. You just want to make sure you have some kind of vertical support like this, like I had, for your tomatoes, because when they grow up, they're going to start leaning. You want to make sure you can tie them up so they can keep growing up. But again, that's another plant that doesn't require a whole lot of space. You just need support and some sun. Now let's talk about a plant that might be the fastest win in the entire garden. I'm talking about lettuce. If you saw a couple videos ago, we actually just planted lettuce here in this bed right here on this side. We're just waiting for these bad boys to germinate and we can start thinning them out and keep the good ones. But I'm excited and I'm super happy. I've slowly come to realize that lettuce is definitely something that we should keep in this house. My wife uses lettuce for a lot of our stuff. Instead of having to go out and buy them all the time, I decided, hey, we're gonna now grow lettuce heads in this garden bed. And lettuce, they are fast harvesters. You can harvest them quick. I'm talking like a month, maybe 2 months, and you could be harvesting yourself some lettuce. And it's constant regrowth. You can come out, clip you a couple pieces of cabbage, and that will regrow back on the same head of lettuce. It is also another plant that is perfect for beginners. I've come to learn that lettuce, it's proof that gardening doesn't have to take forever. And what's really cool is lettuce is a perfect plant for small spaces. I mean, heck, even a little garden pot, you can grow yourself a nice big head of lettuce in that. Probably even 2 if you got a big enough pot. In this area right here, this is where everything connects together. You see, the garden, it feeds them. And they feed us. All our scraps will go right back into the compost here. And that compost will feed this garden. That's the loop right there. And that's exactly what I'm building. Systems that all work together. That now brings us to plant number 4, and a staple that I think should be in every single person's garden. Garlic. That's another one that we personally use a lot here at my house to cook with. And so again, I decided, you know what? I'm growing me some garlic. And on top of that, we all know that garlic powder is a great seasoning. And again, if you've been watching our past videos, you know we're trying to start our own seasoning powder project here at the homestead. And that is what some of our garlic is going to be for. Besides that, it also has good medicinal value. It's a strong antibacterial antioxidant. And it also has anti-inflammatory.
What?
Inflammatory?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
It has anti-inflammatory. Inflammatory. That's how you pronounce it. Pardon my English. But it can help support heart health by lowering blood pressure and cholesterol. It can boost the immune system to help fight colds. Also extremely low maintenance. Garlic is one of the most hands-off foods that you can grow. And you can grow this in garden beds. You can grow this in garden pots or containers. One of those plants that you can plant it once and let time do the work for you. Now this last one, it might be the smallest, but it'll pay you back the fastest. I'm talking about herbs. Now when it comes to herbs, I'm gonna go out and say, pick an herb that you like and grow that one. But definitely grow yourself an herb of some kind. We got parsley, oregano, and thyme going back there right now in the vertical garden planter, which you know if you saw our last video when we just planted that. I mean, herbs are essential because they're one of the plants that will give you way more food without asking for more space. Again, if you're in an apartment, grow yourself some herbs. That way you got some free spicenings for your cooking. And what's cool about them is they don't need a whole lot of soil. Again, a small garden pot, you can grow yourself some herbs. They just need consistency. I mean, that's fresh flavor every day, my friend. No store runs, no plastic packages, just a small space, but a big return. You see, this isn't about growing everything, but about growing the right things. And that's exactly the system that I'm building out here. And there's a heck of a lot more coming. All right, so it's our daily snack time for the chickens. The little man, he loves to come out, feed these girls. So that's what we're gonna do real quick before we make our way over to the garden. Just come in here, check on the girls. Yeah, I'm coming in, buddy. I gotta check their water. So if you remember the other day in our last video, I was talking, we use a grain. We use a grain for their snack. I come out every day and we give a couple handfuls. But as you can see, it's, you know, corn kernels, some sunflower seeds, a lot of different pellets of sorts, a lot of really good nutrients packed with protein. So it's really good for them, especially during the winter time when it might be a little cold at nights. And that's all we do. We just take it and we sprinkle it around, see if they'll come eat out of the hand. Yeah, they'll eat out of the hand. Here comes another one. Yeah, that's all we do. We just come out, check on them, make sure everybody's good, healthy, happy. Let the little man come in, hang out with the chickens, give them some feed. He does whatever, and then they'll end up finding it. They find it. There she is. She's seeing what's going on. Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? Oh, there you go. That works, right? Yep, there you go. Yep, good man, good man. Put that ladder where. Yep, good man, good man.
Oh, and then ball.
Yeah, right there, good man.
Right there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, finish your bucket. Give them some grain. But yeah, that's all we do. We just come out, hang out for a little couple minutes, feed them, give them some snacks.
Snacks?
Yeah, for the chickens. Now remember, these aren't the only plants that you have to grow, but they are the ones that I would choose personally if feeding my family was a goal. Trust me, start with these and everything else, it'll get easier. So I hope you all enjoyed hanging out today, talking about some plants, maybe learned a few things, hopefully got inspired to start your own garden. Because that's what this is all about. Getting back to the ways of old, and by the grace of God, sustaining ourselves in this crazy world that we live in. So thank you all for tuning in to the channel. Thank you all for watching another video here on Mundo's Homestead Adventures. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.